Jai Hind everyone. You are going to listen about Anna Hazare, the modern Gandhi who sounded the bugle against corruption. Anna Hazare's followers regard him as the living embodiment of Mahatma Gandhi. For the present generation, the revered man who is being lauded as a modern day Mahatma Gandhi is a simple individual, yet his aspirations are lofty. His full and real name is Kisan Bapat Bapu Rao Hazare. He was born on January 15th, 1940, in a small village near Ahmednagar. The name Bapu Rao attached to his name belongs to his father. Bapu Rao worked as a laborer at an Ayurvedic ashram pharmacy. Anna's grandfather served in the army and was stationed in Bhangar. Even after his grandfather passed away in 1945, the family chose to continue living in Bhangar. In 1952, when his father lost his job, the entire family returned to their ancestral village, Ralegan Siddhi. His father had seven children, and it was difficult to sustain the family on such meager earnings derived from manual labor. At times they struggled even to get enough to eat. To keep the household running, they were compelled to borrow money. Consequently, they gradually sank deep into debt. As a result, they were forced to sell some of their land and mortgage the rest. His childless sister came to their aid and took Anna with her to Mumbai. Anna Hazare, as a young boy, Anna studied up to the fourth grade in Bhingar. In Mumbai, he continued his education up to the seventh grade. However, due to his family's financial circumstances, he was compelled to drop out of his school. He began selling flowers in Dadar. A few days later, he even managed to set up his own shop there. He brought his younger brother from their village to join him, and together they began earning up to 800 rupees a month when war broke out with China. The army was conducting recruitment on a massive scale. Anna too enlisted his name to join the armed forces. Although he did not physically meet the eligibility criteria for army recruitment, he was nevertheless inducted. He underwent his training in Aurangabad, Maharashtra, and in 1963 he became a driver in the Indian Army. In 1965, when Pakistan launched an invasion against India, he was deployed along the border in the Khemkaran sector amidst the exchange on fire from both sides. Anna was entrusted with the responsibility of transporting soldiers from a desolate location. While he was driving the truck, a bullet suddenly whizzed past right next to his head. On another occasion, while driving a truck, he had a narrow escape in a road accident. These experiences helped him grasp the true purpose of life as well as the profound significance of life and death. Once When he attempted a commit suicide, he detailed all his thoughts and feelings in a two-page suicide note. Having felt like a failure in life, he had decided to give up on living. He simply could not pursue any compelling reason to go on living. Anna Hazare once, while at the New Delhi railway station, his eyes fell upon a book by Swami Vivekananda. Upon reading it, he found the answers to his questions. He realized that, come what may, he had to survive and live alongside his people. These thoughts left such a profound impact on his mind that he transformed his very life into a mission. Today, he is waging a battle to alleviate the suffering of the common people. He drew his inspiration from reading the works of Swami Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, and Acharya Vinoba Bhave. At the age of 39, Anna took voluntary retirement from the 9th Maratha Battalion of the army and returned to his home village Ralegan Siddhi. This small village is situated in Ahmednagar, a drought-prone region of Maharashtra. Anna was stunned by the condition of his village. It was grappling with a host of problems, both natural and man-made. On one hand, there was drought and poverty. On the other, the entire region was held in the stranglehold of crime and alcoholism. Witnessing all this, Anna became deeply depressed. He resolved to tackle and resolve these problems one by one. The condition of the village temple had deteriorated significantly. Its walls were crumbling in places, and its wooden beams were breaking and falling apart. The villagers would carry these fallen beams away to use as fuel for illicit liquor skills. The majority of the villagers consumed alcohol and were constantly embroiled in fights and altercations. However, there were also some individuals who wished to improve the condition of the village. The Tata group was already assisting the villagers. Subsequently, the Catholic relief services also extended aid to the villagers by providing food, grains, and other essentials. Ashok Vedarkar, who was associated with the Tata program, proved to be instrumental in this effort. Hazare was on the lookout for a suitable location to launch his movement. He aspired to transform the village situation and usher in an era of development. The pension he received was insufficient to fund this ambitious undertaking. He was determined to eradicate the village problems from their very roots. Anna Hazare, using the funds he received upon leaving the army, his first act was to reconstruct the village temple. Alongside the Yadav Baba temple, he had the surrounding land cleared, built 2 rooms, and took up residence there. For 4 decades, he has not visited his ancestral home. He challenged all his earnings into the development of the village. Sometime later, Anna, as the villagers affectionately called him, proposed constructing a dam on the village sloping train to resolve the water crisis. The villagers contributed their voluntary labor, known as Shram Dhan, to this cause. Upon completing the dam, they began harvesting rainwater. This resolved the water scarcity issue and enabled the commencement of irrigation. The unemployed youth of the village found work in agriculture, and the villagers began cultivating bountiful crops. With the establishment of a reliable water management system, 90% of the arable land began yielding grain. This achieved two objectives. Firstly, it provided employment to the village youth, and secondly, it eliminated the problem of food scarcity within the village. Gradually, prosperity began to take root in the village. A grain bank was established to store surplus produce during years of poor harvest. Villagers could borrow grain from the bank to sustain themselves, and in years of good harvest they could repay double the amount borrowed. This ensured they were not compelled to sell their produce at distressed prices, nor did they have to wander in search of food. In this manner, they became self-reliant. He administered an oath to the villagers, pledging them to abstain from alcohol, refrain from felling trees, and keep their livestock tethered. A tree plantation drive was subsequently launched. By now, the villagers had come to fully appreciate the significance of forest and natural greenery. After eradicating these social ills from the village, Anna emphasized the education of the village children. The village lacked a system of organized education. Anna realized that educating the children was the only way to resolve all other problems and ensure the village development. The villagers constructed a school using their own funds and labor to ensure the children's physical fitness. A retired army sergeant was appointed there. Subsequently, Anna focused on addressing the needs of a small families along with the villagers. He also brought 25 Dalit families into his fold. Anna liberated the village from social evils such as alcohol. He instilled the fear of imprisonment in alcoholics. Those who refused to comply were subjected to public humiliation. In addition to alcohol, the villagers also gave up the consumption of tobacco. Those who physically abused their wives were not spared either. Such individuals were publicly flogged. Anna also saw to ensure equal respect and dignity for women. Electricity lines were installed in the village, and it was connected to other cities and towns. By now, it had transformed into a model village. The villagers revere Anna as their role model and attribute their current happiness and prosperity entirely to his efforts to eradicate the villagers' problems at their very roots. He raised his voice against corruption. He urged the villagers not to offer bribes to anyone for getting their work done. Consequently, officials began to perform their duties without demanding any bribes. It was from this very place that Anna Hazare's battle against corruption began, originating in this small village. His movement soon spread across the entire state of Maharashtra. He identified corruption as the single greatest impediment to the development of rural India, an obstacle he made it his mission to eradicate. To this end, he established an organization named the Anti-Corruption People's Movement, Bhrashtachar Virodhi Jan Andolan. The potent weapon he adopted to lend force to this movement was the hunger strike. He wielded this weapon against politicians who were deeply embroiled in corruption practices. Consequently, in 2006, the government enacted the Right to Information Act 2005 in Maharashtra. His second major triumph was the enactment of the Prevention of Delay in Discharge of Official Duties Act 2006. Under this legislation, government officials were mandated to provide prompt response and were subject to transfer every 3 years. What began in Maharashtra as Anna Hazare's crusade soon spread across the length and breadth of India. His movement ascended to the highest echelons of power. He would persist with his compassion until he had successfully achieved his objectives. By this stage, his targets had shifted to high ranking corrupt politicians. He exerted pressure on the government of India to pass the bill and to this end commenced a fast unto death. His movement garnered nationwide support. This struggle drew not only the common people but also prominent personalities. Their numbers ran not merely into the hundreds but into the thousands. On April 8, the government accepted Anna's demands. On April 9, after 98 hours, he broke his fast. He was given an assurance that a joint committee comprising representatives from both the government and civil society would be constituted. Anna set August 15th, 2011 as the deadline for the passage of Jan Lokpal bill in Parliament, warning the government that if the bill were not passed within this time frame, he would resume his hunger strike. Anna asserts that his real battle has only just begun. Anna did not place his faith in hollow promises. Rather, he sought to see the bill become a tangible reality. Anna Hazare is unmarried. He has neither a family nor any assets, nor does he possess any money in the bank. According to him, he is an ascetic, although he inherited ancestral land and a house. He handed them over to his relatives. These are now being utilized by his brothers. He possessed additional land acquired through his military service and received from villagers. But he returned that land to the villagers as well. His only personal source of income is the pension he receives from the army. In recognition of his social service, he has received numerous awards and honors. In 1986, he was conferred the Indra Priyadarshini Vriksha Mitra Award by the government of India, and in 1989 the Krishi Bhushan Award by the government of Maharashtra. Subsequently, he was honored by the government of India with the Padma Shri in 1990 and the Padma Bhushan in 1992, and 1996 and 1997 he was awarded the Sri Mani and Mahavir Award respectively. In 1998 he was conferred with the Care Award by the United States. On behalf of Transparency International, he was honored with the Integrity Award for his efforts to curb corruption within the government machinery and the Forest Department. In 2008, he was presented with the World Bank's Jeet Gill Memorial Award for a public service. In addition of these, Anna Hazare was honored by the Ahmednagar and Pune municipal corporations. He was conferred with an honorary doctorate degree by the Gandhigram Rural University in Dindigul. His enduring motto is, "I will not rest until I have achieved my goal." His righteous crusade will continue until its final destination. Dear friends, for watching such videos, like, share and subscribe this channel. Soon we meet a new video.